fix it? Are we better now? Can you all hear me now? Sometimes this mic just randomly will disconnect. Okay, perfect. Okay, we'll just go ahead and do the spiel again. Welcome back. Happy Wednesday. Hope everyone is doing fantastic. Today we are we're continuing on in our progression series with the trouble in Tharbad with a hey Josh, how's it going? It's a nice this quest is a nice sigh of relief after the last couple of quests. The last couple of quests they brought their entertainment value from how challenging they were, and this one is kind of a really unique quest because the idea is you're getting your threat down to 0, which I think is just pretty fun. You have the worst objective ally of all time, apparently Nal here, who is sitting over here trying to apparently just go against your every wish. So we got him out here. He's just going to be sitting out here. He raises your threat for each player in the game. I love the last one too, but it's tough in solo. Yeah. I think it. Yes. Okay. So I need to sit down and have a conversation with myself about the last quest, because what I realized, and a lot of people said that they really liked it, and I was wondering if I was just like getting frustrated because of the combos and like needing to scoop like 5 times and just like not necessarily having a flexible enough deck. And maybe if I approach it from like that standpoint where I need to be okay with running like the S tier heroes. Typically I don't like running the same heroes over and over and over again. And like Elrond worked really well in that quest, and it created some really interesting decisions, and I enjoyed that. That was fun. But like I always, for some reason, I feel like I have been defeated when I pull out Elrond. if that makes sense. But I do think it'd be really cool in multiplayer because you don't have to be as flexible, and it would be really interesting if you could have some sort of decision or some sort of piloting on where you go first and what gets paired with which option, because some of them just like get crazy, where if it's the trial that everyone that don't feel that way, not a solo game, so you need every advantage you can get. That's very fair. But yeah, if you could like choose to not get the one where it raises your threat with the really high like threat card, I don't know. I will go back and play it. But the fun in this quest is in the uniqueness of the objective, where you have to get your threat down to 0, and you can do that by questing through. So instead of placing progress on the current quest, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be reducing your threat by that amount. And it is considered one of the easier quests. I don't know if there's such thing as an easy Lord of the Rings quest, if that makes sense, but this one is considered an easier quest. And so I enjoy these a lot because it allows me for some really interesting and different deck building. And so that's kind of what I went with. And so let's talk about the deck a little bit. I'm excited about this deck. I've had a lot of fun with this. The Please Play Secret Sea cards quest, and I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not even running blue cards. And so I was just like, okay, let's see how this goes. First up, we have Theoden. So Theoden is a 12 threat hero, a 2/3/2/4 sentinel, and each hero with a printed tactics resource icon gets +1 willpower. So he's effectively a 3 willpower tactics hero. Comboing him with Thalin. So we got Thalin, who is from the core quest, a 1 willpower, which is effectively 2 with Theoden on the table, 2/2/4. While he's committed to the quest, deal 1 damage to each enemy as it's revealed from the encounter deck. And then we've got Merry to wrap it all off. So I went Hobbit, Human, and Dwarf in this quest. We're going mono tactics just because I have found that I really enjoy tactics, and if we can run a mono tactics deck, we're going to try it. So Merry is a 2 willpower, 6 threat, which is really why I went with Mary. 2 willpower, so that ups to 3 with Theoden. 1 attack because he gets +1 attack for each Hobbit hero you control, and then 1 defense and 2 health. So after Mary participates in an attack that destroys an enemy, ready another character that participates in that attack. So looking at this, we've got an 8 willpower sitting on the table because it's 3 to 3. So that's kind of the idea. That's where our questing is going to come from. We've got Dagger of Westerness and the Blade of Gondolin. We're running 3 copies of each one of these just for consistency of draw, but really Theoden is getting the majority of these because I'd rather be questing with these 2. Mainly Thalin's dealing the damage as they come out. Mary has a really high quest, which means that Theoden is freed up to do the attack. So once we have a Blade of Gondolin and he gets +1 attack when attacking an orc, there's a lot of orcs in here. He gets +2 when attacking an enemy that has a higher threat than what we have, which is going to be hopefully everyone once we kind of have built out. That puts him at a 6 attack, which is enough to kill pretty much everything. And then we get to place a progress token on the current quest, which will then reduce our threat. So just really fun. I thought about running Legolas here, but here we are. Legolas is the same kind of thing as the Blade of Gondolin. After he destroys a character, place 2 progress on the threat, which is 2 threat reduction here. We've also got 3 attachments that are all the same, and they will go on whoever first. But we've got 3 support of the Eagles, and that is right. We're going to be running an Eagle deck, which is something that I've been saying that I want to do for the longest time, and we are finally doing it. I'm so pumped. I'm having so much fun with the Eagles. There's some fun. We are going to be running Radagast. So Radagast is a 5-cost Astari ally, and he gets a resource every phase, which can be used to play creature cards, which these Eagles are. Also, like Seed of the Rittermark is one, but I'm not running those. And then he can also spend X resources to heal X wounds on any creature, so he can heal the allies or heal the Eagles. We got Winged Guardians, we got Vassals of the Windlords, Descendants of Thranador, Gwahir, Landroval, Eagles of the Misty Mountains. We're just running all the Eagles, and all of these have different abilities. A lot of them trigger off of cards entering or leaving play. And the Eagles are coming. Wait, no, now they're leaving. Wait, no, now they're coming. Exactly. Like Descendant of Thranador has a ability that says when they enter play, they deal 2 damage to any one enemy in the staging area. And ideally, we are sitting with enemies in the staging area. Or we kind of know that is coming up because we can optionally engage because our threat is going to be so low. And then when he leaves, the same thing happens. And then we have Eagles of the Misty Mountains that get pumped up when they do. Landroval is here, one, because he's a really nice attacker, but also he's kind of a security. One of the things that I found is that if we are questing really hard, sometimes we're left vulnerable to a surprise attack. Landroval kind of helps us with that. Winged Guardians are defensive. Vassals of the Windlords are offensive. Gwahir is, after they enter play, search the discard pile for an Eagle ally and put it into play under your control. At the end of the round, if that ally is in play, add it to your hand. It's a fun play style. It's a very, very fun play style that I just have not done a lot of. I've played some of the Winged Guardians before, but yeah. We have Meneldore's Flight. So choose an Eagle ally, return that character to the owner's hand. So we're talking about bouncing back and forth with these abilities when they enter or leave play. So nice tactic card here. It's nice that there's 1 quest per cycle that lets you play a fun deck. Yeah. We got 3 copies of Born Aloft. So attached to an ally, we can discard Born Aloft to return that attached ally to our hand. Eagles are coming, which helps us search for some of those Eagle allies. And then we've got Foe Hammer, which is going to help us draw some cards. Goblin Cleaver, which is going to help us deal weapons to orcs. And so a lot of the orcs, if not all of the orcs that are in here, are 4. I guess there's a 5 health here, but a lot of the orcs are 4 health, meaning that if Thalin quest deals 1 damage, Goblin Cleaver deals 3. That it takes them out before it takes them out before they even get to attack. That will not be the case next time. Next time meaning next quest, or next time meaning next cycle that we don't get to do a fun deck. We got 3 copies of Faint and then 3 copies of the book, allowing us to play our events from our discard pile. Next quest. Yeah, so if we do win, we get to open the Nin and Elf, which I'm excited for. We'll see. But the next quest, I didn't look to see what the next quest is, but I did look on. I use Bjorn, Hall of Bjorn, to see the user ranked quest. Shudder. to see that, but I'm hoping it is a little bit higher rated quest, meaning that it's a little bit more difficult quest. Now, it doesn't have as high a difficulty as the previous 2 quests that we've played. I think it's sitting around like a high 6s, where the previous ones were mid 7s. That being said, I'm gonna see what the mechanics are, and I'm hoping, if it works out, that we can run a Sylvan deck, because those are some really interesting mechanics. I'm hoping we've seen a lot of Sylvan love in this cycle, where a lot of the packs are giving him. Oh, really? I thought it was practically impossible in solo. Okay, well then, and like those ratings are not necessarily just true solo. Those are all player counts. So if it is something that is almost impossible true solo, then that'll be fun. Looking forward to that. We'll break out Elrond. We'll break out the Elrond, Glorfindel, Baragond, or Boromir. Yeah. There's a lot of what's nice is with the expanded card pool, we're starting to get more options. I still do want another solid spirit hero that it feels like I'm taking them outside of, I'm choosing that spirit hero over I am not choosing Glorfindel, if that makes sense. Glorfindel is just like, seems like the best option regardless. Okay. Oh, just wait. Good. I'm so pumped. Alrighty. So soon. Yes, so soon. Double dealings. Your meeting with Nalir is interrupted by a host of orcs led by a man, Belach. In the ensuing chaos, you manage to escape with a dwarf, but the orcs pursue outnumbered. You must throw the orcs off your trail if you hope to escape. Hey, Sam. Yes. Oh, I'm so pumped. I'm so excited. So we set these 2 cards outside out of play. And then the search the encounter deck for 1 copy of Spy of Mordor per player and add them to the staging area. Make the empty mug the active location. The first player takes control of Nalir as an ally and shuffle the encounter deck. Then this is a time 4. After the last time counters are removed from this quest, reduce each player's threat elimination level by 10 for the remainder of the game. Then place 4 time counters on this quest. So really cool idea. If you're already reducing your threat so much, I never found that to be an issue, but here we are. After 1 or more progress is placed on this quest, cancel all the progress and reduce each player's threat by an equal amount. So when each player has 0 threats, immediately proceed to stage 2. We've got a Spy from Mordor, 40 engagement cost, 2 threats, 3 attack, 2 defense. Also, was this supposed to be... Empty mug is the active location. Okay, yeah, I just want to make sure it wasn't in the staging area. When Spy from Mordor attacks, remove 1 time counter from the current quest. Could be bad. And then we've got the empty mug. Players cannot reduce their threat. While empty mug is in the victory display, the current quest gains forced after a player card effect reduces a player's threat. Remove it from the game. We don't really have to worry about that because we are not really running with any cards that reduce our threat. We're relying on the questing for that to happen. Yeah, we got 2, 4, 6. Sylvan deck next time would be fine, but you'll definitely want to play Sylvans in the one after. Okay. Okay. So maybe I'll just I'll run the Noldors. Because Glorfindel's a Noldor. Yeah, Glorfindel's a Noldor. Elrond's a Noldor. Yeah. I'm excited. Okay, we got a Foe Hammer. So after a hero attacks and destroys a character with, you can exhaust a weapon that hero controls to draw 3 cards. Dead card if we don't have a weapon. But we do have a weapon. We got Book, we got Blade, we got Gwahir, we got Feint, and we got Goblin Cleaver. Honestly, this is not a bad hand. The problem is that this hand helps us with our current situation to get rid of this spy fairly easily, and then can draw us cards with Foe Hammer. The problem with this is if we whiff in our draw and we don't draw into like the Radagast, we don't draw into the other Eagles, then we can be set up fairly. It can be a pretty tough late game. We have so many Eagles in this deck. We have about 20 Eagles, or we have 20 allies, so 17 Eagles because we have 3 copies of Radagast. We should be fine. We really should be fine. I mean, we're drawing with Foe Hammer. Yeah, with Foe Hammer, we should be drawing 4 cards this round. Should be drawing us into another Eagle. We're gonna keep it. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. What's the worst that could happen, right? The other problem is Gwahir is not a great first Eagle because Gwahir pulls an Eagle from our discard pile. I love mono decks. It just like takes so much stress out of playing cards away because it's like I get 3 resources. Excellent. it's just so great. Alrighty, so Nalir over here at the beginning of the refresh phase, raise your threat by 1 for each player in the game. Then if he leaves play, the players lose the game. He's got horrendous stats at 0, 1, 2. He's bad. He's bad. I can't believe I'm protecting him. Yeah, we're going to keep it. Why not, right? What's the worst that could happen? Let's go. We got, everyone gets a money. The other thing is, like, I play Mono Spirit consistently. They're fun. They're fun. The other problem is like I kind of want to mulligan just because I want to play Radagast. Radagast is not required for this scenario, but Radagast is a lot of fun to play. We're sitting at, we have to deal 6 damage here, which is 3, 4, 5. We actually don't really have the damage to kill off the spy from Mordor this turn. You know what? We're gonna mulligan just because I really want Radagast. I really want Radagast. Okay, let's shuffle these in. I want Radagast and I want a different Eagle. Alrighty. This hand is gonna be perfect though. I can feel it. I can feel it already. Cut right there. 2, 4, 6. Alrighty. We got Foe Hammer. We got Foe Hammer. We got Book. We got Winged Guardian. We got the Dagger of Westernness, and then the Blade of God. Yeah, that's. I mean, that'll do. That'll do, I guess. Alrighty, sweet. So now we have. Yeah, so we're looking pretty good because we can drop the Dagger here. Now we're attacking for 5, 6, which is enough to kill the spy. We can drop the Winged Guardian to defend if we want to. Actually, we may just defend with Thalin. and just like put off questing for a second, let's see what we draw into. We draw into a Descendant of Thronador. So regardless, we want to play the Dagger of Westernness onto Theoden because we do want to make sure that we can kill here, and then we can trigger a foe hammer. We are at currently 27 threat. We have a lot of time. We could honestly, let's go ahead and drop a Blade of Gondolin, and then the Descendant of Thronador can come in later. I'm going to have Thalin defend for us, so we're just going to quest with Mary. So we're going to quest for 3, showing 2. We're going to flip into a 2. When revealed, either reveal an additional encounter card or remove 1 time counter from the current quest. We'll drop that down to 3. And we will... yeah, we'll take this guy. We quested for 3. We're showing 4, so we do increase our threat by 1. In our encounter phase, we will go ahead and engage here. The reason is a enter and leaving play of Descendant can kill him from the staging area, meaning that we don't need to actually engage him and have his forced ability go off and remove a time counter. There are cards that will bring him into play, and at that point we'll figure it out, but whatever. FFG must love blue cards because it's a lot like Leadership and Marvel. So yeah, the blue cards are really, really solid. Okay, let's have Thalin defend. 3, attacking enemy makes an additional attack after this one. So Thalin takes 1 damage. We will defend with Nalir. So 3, no shadow effect. He takes 1 damage. And then Theoden is going to swing back for 1, 3, 6, which is plenty. So that's going to kill here. We place 1 progress token on the active location when that happens, and then we will go ahead and oh shoot, we have 2 weapons, so we'll play 2 foe hammers. We'll exhaust 2 of these weapons to draw 6 cards. We got, oh, there's Radagast. There we go. We got Born Aloft. Huh. Oh, it's a leave play. I can't Born Aloft. Now they're back into my hand. That'd be kind of funny, though. So that's 3. There's another Radagast is 4. Eagles of the Misty Mountains is 5. And then Wahir is 6. Alrighty, sweet. So, start of the refresh phase. We're going to increase our threat. We're at 30. We will unexhaust. No. Unexhaust. Top of the round, we're going to draw into Landroval. Pass out some money. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I would really like to get Eagles or Radagast out. Radagast I cannot pay for right now. He's a 5, but Radagast, once we have him out, he's a 4. He's a consistent 4 quester. He collects and he can help pay for our Eagles. And so probably what we will do is we will spend 1 resource to play Book of Eldacar, so we can reduce the cost by 1 for each tactics hero we control. Then we can discard this to play any tactics event as if it were in our hand, giving us another activation of Foe Hammer if we really do need that. Or when we need it. I mean, we have a lot of cards, but it's always nice to have more cards, more options. And then that gives us 3 resources. We'll collect 3 more, so we will be able to play Radagast next turn. Yeah. It's slow, but it's fun. Oh, and time ticks. Time ticks. Always forget about the time ticking. Okay, so we're showing 2. We probably do want to quest through this at this point. Let's go ahead and go 3, 5. We're showing 5. We will leave Theoden out here. We'll see what happens, but honestly, we probably could just quest pretty hard here. We don't have a feint. That's the only issue, is we don't necessarily have an answer if he comes and engages. We do have to hope that Nalir survives this. And so actually with that, let's just not quest with Theoden. Yeah. So we will quest for 5, showing 2. We're going to flip into a 3. Progress cannot be placed on streets in Tharbad while it's in the staging area. While it's the active location, enemies get minus 20 engagement costs. Well, there you go. Alrighty, so we don't progress there. We could go ahead and engage the spy if we wanted to, but I don't want to. Alrighty, let's go ahead and stand up. We're going to increase our threat by 2. Hey, Beast Snow, how's it going? Increase our threat by 2. And draw. The Eagles are coming. Nice. And we'll pass out some money. We may need to drop not Radagast here. I'm a little concerned with what's going on there. But if we drop Descendant, right? We can drop Descendant, deal 2 damage here. Now Radagast is a long-term play. I'm gonna put this here. This is where time is going, so I can remember to draw it. We're gonna drop Radagast. Why not, right? 2, 4, 5. Radagast comes into play. Let's go. The Eagles are coming. So search the top 5 cards of our deck for an Eagle ally and add it to our hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll take the Vassal of the Windlord. Mainly, it's a 1-cost Eagle ally. It gets us a ally out there that will be nice to help with a attack. Going to watch Return of the King tonight in theaters. Nice. That's awesome. Sweet. That'll be fun. And then we will go ahead and spend 1 from Mary to play Vassal of the Windlord. Cannot have restricted attachments. After an attack in which Vassal of the Windlord attacks, resolves, discard Vassal of the Windlord from play. So now we're looking at if we take the Spy from Mordor. Give me the big popcorn and a drink. Yes, do it. Do it. That'll be great. That's awesome. We can engage here. We can block, and then we've got a 3, 4, 5, 6, which is enough to kill here actually. And so we have a block and a kill. We lose the time counter, but here we are. Or we could quest pretty hard. I think regardless, we are actually going to engage this thing, because if we quest hard, we'll make this the active location, which means that this will be engaged. Wait, did it become 2003 when I wasn't looking? I wish. They're showing it in 30... Oh, for the 20th anniversary. That's cool. That's really cool. Alright, so let's quest with 3, 5, 7. We're showing 5. We're going to flip into another 3. Raise each player's threat by X to travel here, where X is the number of enemies in play. And then after traveling to hidden alleyway, add 1 time counter to the quest. So we increase our threats by 1. We're at 33. Yikes. Let's go ahead and engage here. And then when he attacks, we remove 1 time counter from the quest. So we're going to place 4 back on. And then we now have a cap of 40. We will defend with Vassal of the Winglord. Attacking enemy gets +1, +2 if the defending player is 20 or less. So it's +1. Vassal dies. Oh no. Anyways. And then we will swing back with Theoden, which will kill Spy from Mordor, placing a progress token. And then I'm thinking about proccing Book to just draw some more cards. Drawing cards is always fun. Let's do it. Actually, yeah, let's do it. We'll proc Book to play Foehammer, then place that event on the bottom of our deck. So we get to draw 3 cards. Mindor's Flight. Support of the Eagles, and then Blade of Gondolin. Alrighty. Now that we have a book in our hand, we should be fine. Oh, extended edition? Yes. The extended editions are so good. The extended editions are so freaking cool. Alrighty. Okay, so we'll raise our threat by 2. We're at 35. We need to actually quest at this point. We need to get going. Drop down here. Let's pass out some money. Draw a card into another creature of our Eagles of the Misty Mountains. Let's go ahead and spend 1, 2, 3, 4 to play Eagle of the Misty Mountain. Yeah. And we're going to quest pretty hard here. Let's go to 3, 5. 1, 2, 3 is 8. 1, 2. 1, 2. So we're questing for 12. We're showing 6. We're going to flip into a 2. Either reveal an additional card or remove a time counter. We will go ahead and remove a time counter. And then that's going to show 8. We've got 2. And then reduce our threat by 2. The extended Hobbit editions, on the other hand, the normal Hobbit editions were the extended Hobbit editions. We'll travel here. And then that's going to... We'll raise our threat by 1. So up to 34. And we get to add a time counter to our quest. We are at 34, which means that we don't have to engage here. And we will not. We will... Oh, wait. Actually, it has 1 damage. It has 1 damage because Thalin was committed to the quest. Meaning that we can drop a Descendant to kill it next turn. So let's go ahead and raise our threat by 2. Unexhaust everybody. Drop down on time. We'll draw into a Mindor's Flight. We will pass out some money. I thought I had a... Oh, there it is. It's first card in my hand. I am not hyped about the Lord of the Reboot at all. I wouldn't mind another more reasonable take on The Hobbit. I didn't realize that they were doing a reboot. It's unfortunate that Peter Jackson was rushed to make them. It could have been very good as well. Yeah. Yeah, what I like about The Hobbit is that it's so whimsical and fun and lighthearted and all of this good stuff. And like the movies made it feel more like an epic saga where like the tone of the book is like fun, if that makes sense. Let's go ahead and in our planning phase, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 to play Descendant of Thronador. So we'll deal 2 damage to an enemy in the staging area. We will... We'll quest hard here. So we've got the same thing. We got 2. This is the same. Then we got +1. So we're up to 13, showing 3. Flipping a 3. Search the encounter deck and discard pile for a spy enemy and add it to the staging area to travel there. So we're showing 6. 5 goes here. That's 11. So we reduce our threat by 2. We may be in trouble here. Yikes. Let's go ahead and travel to here. I thought it was about the Rohirrim. Oh, and all the Dale stuff. I'm honestly okay with it. I don't think they should remake the Lord. Yeah, I don't think that they should remake the Lord of the Rings movies. Stand up. Remove a time counter. Okay, we really have to quest hard. Yikes. This kind of got away from me. I was just kind of hanging out and just having some fun, but we're about to hit a loss threshold of 30. So we need to be careful here. I think what that looks like is getting another Eagle of the Misty Mountains out. And just questing hard there. Yeah, that should be fine. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Got another Eagles of the Misty Mountains. And let's hope. We got everything. We're doing the same thing. And then we got +2. So we're at 15, showing 3. Each player raises his threat by 1 for each ally he controls. Then if any player's threat is 20 or less, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-oh, that's 38. We're close. Then we got 3. That puts us at 12. 11. We reduced our threat by 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Should be at 27. Alrighty. Yikes, team. Yikes. We're gonna leave this here. Actually, I don't want the spy enemy, and we need to be questing pretty hard. Okay, so now our loss threshold is 30. So let's give me all the Lord of the Rings content as long as it's not a remake of the movie. Just tell the story though. Don't make a Rings of Power, and don't make it like Rings of Power. Okay, let's Okay, we are at 29. I'm with you, Beast. No, stay true to the story. Yeah, exactly. Nope, that's gonna be it. Yeah, that's up 4. Okay. Draw into another Blade of Gondolin. Let's pass out some more money. At this point, we will... We're just going to quest. We're just going to quest really hard here. We're going to do the same thing. We don't have enough money to do much more, but let's quest hard. So we're going to quest at 15, showing 3. We will flip into a 2. So that's a total of 5. So we reduced our threat by 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Down to 19. We are not going to engage the spy. We're not going to engage the spy. And what we will do is we will kill it with the Descendant of Thronador. We'll pop it back and play it again. And so that'll be the end of that round. We're not going to travel either. I'm going to stand up. Increase our threat by 2. We'll drop this down to 3. Draw a card into a feint. Ooh, okay. Well, that makes it easier to engage here. Pass out money. We're going to play the flight card to return Descendant of Thronador to our hand. So after it enters or leaves play, deal 2 damage to an enemy in the staging area. There you go. Then we're going to go 2, 4. To play Descendant of Thronador to deal 2 damage here. Winged Guardian gets interesting. We can play Winged Guardian now, but I also don't want too many allies out there. Don't trust Hollywood these days. True. No need the producers take on the story. The story's already there. Just let the movie fill it in. I'm pretty sure story is about 4th or 5th on the list of priorities these days. That's true. It's always... Yeah, it feels like it's always like cinematics. Which, like, I want there to be amazing cinematics. It's just also do more. Okay, cool. We have a feint in our hand, so let's just go ahead and we're questing with everybody, which is 15, 2, 4, 6, 7, 10, 12, 15. I'm just not going to put the things out there. And a political agenda, that's true. I'm just not going to put the things out there. Just know that everyone's exhausted. We're going to flip into a 1. While Rune of the Second Age is in the staging area, city locations get +1 threat. While it's the active location, deal engaged enemies an additional shadow card at the beginning of the combat phase. So now we quested for 15. We're showing 2, 6. So we are going to lower our threat by 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think it should be a 2. Okay. I think I'm going to leave this here. I was thinking about like traveling, but I think I'm going to leave it here. And the reason being is that if we flip another city location, it's +3. And right now I kind of want to just hurry up with the questing. And actually, oh wait, we can travel to, yeah, we'll travel here. We'll travel here and we'll go get a spy. Which will be Spy from Mordor. And then we'll do our Descendant of Tharbad trick again. Just pop him back and kill him. Okay. Sweet. Okay, so at the end of the round, we're going to raise our threat by 2. We're going to go up to... Did I raise it by 3? I think I raised it by 3. Because we were at 12. Okay, so we're at 14. We will decrease time. We'll draw into a dagger. Pass out some money. I think the Eagles were trained by the Sylvans. They feel very, very similar, right? Yeah, that's great. Let's go ahead and pop Descendant back to our hand, dealing 2 damage here. Then we will go ahead and do 1, 2, 3, 4 to play Descendant to deal 2 more damage. We have 4. I really wanted 5. I really want to get Gwahir out there, but not in the cards. I'd rather kill off that orc. Just got into Lord of the Rings LCG and Marvel Champions in the last 6 months. Wanted to say hi. Really enjoyed. Well, thank you so very much. I'm so happy to have you. That's great. Awesome. Yeah, there's great games. They're so much fun. They're just so incredibly fun. So I'm so happy that you're a part of the hobby. That's great. We have a feint, so we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to quest with everybody, which is still 15, showing 1. We're going to flip into a 3. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7. So we reduced our threat by 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down to 6. Love them. Yeah. That's great. Do you so when you got into, or do you have a favorite hero from Marvel Champions? Oh, this has 1 damage on it actually. Okay, so we are going to reduce our threat threshold. We're now at 20. Right? We went to 40, 30, 20. Yeah, we're at 20. We lose at 20 now, which I don't think should be an issue, but here we are. We'll go ahead and travel here. So I did that out of order, but we'll raise our threat by 2. 1, 2. Draw a card into another dagger. Pass out some money. Let's go ahead and Let's go ahead and spend 1/5 to play Landroval. So that protects us against a attack. Doesn't get any better, in my opinion. Top 2 games for you. They're so good. They're so good. They're definitely my favorite 2 LCGs. Easy. We have a feint which we can play. I counted this as 1. It should have been 4, so my threat should be 1 higher. Should be at 9. The other thing is now we have some time. We have some time. So we could get a little risky and just hold out for a while and just build. We could do that. Probably not worth it, especially with the treacheries that raise our threat. This gives us 3 damage, which is fine. We can throw that 3 damage on like an eagle or something. Or heck, even a hero. When we engage it. The other thing is we could just descend into Thronador it again. You bought a lot of stuff recently, but decided to stick to a somewhat loose progression approach using earlier heroes. So far, oh, Iron Man's so much fun. Yes, yes, that's awesome. Yes, I'm like I love. Yeah, that's awesome. I have so much fun when people get into the game and they're like experiencing like the new heroes and like new content. It just makes me so happy. Okay, so we're showing 3, 8. We need to quest fairly hard. Theoden can kill here. If we do that, we could have... We're going to do this. We're going to go 2 for a Winged Guardian. The Winged Guardian will block an attack. Either all out, we can spend the 1 to keep Winged Guardian around, or it can kill Winged Guardian, buffing up one of the Eagles of the Misty Mountains. Theoden can swing back. So let's go 3. We're going to count this up. You opened Rise of Red Skull last night. You're going to play Spider-Woman. Oh, nice. Yes. Spider-Woman is insane. Spider-Woman is a ton of fun. Rise of Red Skull is such a good campaign. Have you played through any of the other campaigns? Okay, so we're going to quest for 12, showing 3. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Quest for 12, showing 3. I'm going to flip into return all engaged enemies to the staging area. Then the first player must either remove 1 time counter from the current quest, or each spy enemy in the stage area gets +2 until the end of the phase. I don't think that I can... I don't think that I can choose the spy, because there are no spies, right? I don't think I can choose that option, because it doesn't actually affect the game state at all. So we'll remove a time counter. So we quested for 12. This is 9. We'll reduce our threat by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We are down to 5. That cleared. We will engage here. Deal 3 damage to... I mean, heck, we have... we'll deal it to Landroval. Just beat Ultron last night with solo Captain Marvel, and it was a late, and you had to open the new... Nice. Nice. Yeah, enjoy the campaigns. The campaigns are different. People like them. I like the skirmish, like where you play against one of the villains and not necessarily the campaign setting. That being said, I really enjoyed Rise of Red Skull. And it gets like... You have like campaign rules, you get like these cool like upgrades and stuff, and so it's a lot of fun. And then the villains, I mean, like outside of Ultron's fairly unique, but like you start to get some really cool new mechanics when it comes to villains, as well as like Spider-Woman, right? Spider-Woman holds up today as still one of the more interesting characters to play, I think. Just a ton of fun. Or to deck build for. We'll defend. We got 4. Attack is undefended, deal 2 damage to... Ooh, that would have been bad. So we can pay 2 to keep defender in, or pay 1 to keep defender in play. If we want to. If we don't, we get a Guahir out. And if it leaves play, we can beef up one of these Eagles to the Misty Mountain. We are... I think we're going to have it leave play. Yeah, we'll have it leave play. And we will... We'll pop it back over here. That way, when Guahir comes out, we can add Winged Guardian to the staging area, and then we can pop it back to our hand if we need to. Okay, Theoden is going to swing back and kill. We reduce our threat by 1. Okay, pop our time counters down. Unexhaust. Raise our threat by 2. 1, 2. Draw into a book. Let's go. Alrighty. Pass out some money. Boom. 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 The book is going to be great for another copy of Feint. And let's go ahead and go 5 to play Guahir. Winged Guardian comes into play. The ally is still in play. We get to add it to our hand. So we're sitting at 6. Let's just go ahead and push here. Let's go Fallon for 2. You can deal damage as they come out. Mary for 3. So that's 5. Oh my goodness, what are we doing? Eagle for 2. Radagast for 2. Eagle for 2. That puts us at 11. We should be fine. We'll flip into a 1 surge while it's the active location. Time counters cannot be removed from the current quest. Beginning of the quest phase, place 1 there. Return all engaged enemies. Okay, so we have to remove a time counter. We have 1, so we are reducing our threat to 0. When revealed, add the Belak and the crossing at Tharbad to the staging area. Then shuffle the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck and discard cards from the encounter deck until X orcs have been discarded, where X is the number of players in the game. Add all discarded orc enemies to the staging area. And then these come in. Boom, boom. Shuffling these up. You do need to get Lord of the Rings back on the table. I wish I had 2 and just have them both set up. That'd be great. Are you going with like the new repackaged content? Is that the path that you're taking to play through the game? Okay. Discard cards until we get an orc enemy. There we go. Time 3. After the last time counter is removed from this quest, either raise each player's threat by 3 or Belak makes an immediate attack against Nalier, then place 3 time counters. Progress that would be placed on this quest are instead placed on the crossing at Tharbad. Force, after a character leaves play, raise its controller's threat by 2. So this is time 3. We have the crossing. Crossing gets +2 quest points for each player in the game, so we get it at 12. It's immune to player card effects and cannot leave the staging area. And when it is explored, we win the game. We've got Belak, where X is the number of players in the game. Orc and creature enemies get -30 engagement cost and +1 threat. Then when he is destroyed, shuffle him back into the encounter deck. Okay, so engaging at 30. No, engaging at 3. So we actually don't have to engage the orc if we don't want to. We will go ahead and just do that. We'll go ahead and travel here. because they'll save us a time counter. We will optionally engage this orc. We'll throw 3 damage onto... Wait. Oh yeah, we'll throw 3 damage onto this Eagle of the Misty Mountain. And he will attack. We will go ahead and defend with the Winged Guardian. He's attacking for 4 plus 0. We could... he'll just leave play. We don't have the money to stay or to keep him around, but we'll place him under this Eagles of the Misty Mountain, bumping up his stats. I love these LCGs, but I will say I'm enjoying Hoplo. Components are so nice. You've ordered some of the old stuff that was oh, good. Nice. Also printed some old art cards. Ooh, that's cool. That's awesome. Huh. That's really cool. I don't want Theo. Oh, actually, this is not a forced response. I was like, I don't want to clear this. But we'll go ahead and kill with everyone. I guess Theoden kills him by himself. Okay, we'll stand up. Increase our threat by 2. Threat cannot be removed. Our time counter cannot be removed. Draw into another copy of Radagast. We will pass out our money. I'm like sitting here. It's like, I don't... So we are showing 3. We're showing 3. This will go away. We need 12 total. So if we quest for 15 and flip a treachery, we win. That all to say... We have a feint. Like, we could feint this guy. We could pop Descendant and play Descendant if we wanted to just deal some damage to him. Like, I mean, I'm just... This is... After a character leaves play. Okay, so a character just left play. We have to raise our threat by 2. So it's not characters destroyed. That is something that I need to remember. So we probably don't want to be popping too many things. Okay, so leave play. So let's go pretty hard here. So force at the beginning of the quest phase, place 1 progress counter here, so that clears. Is there anything that I want to... I guess we'll play 1 to play book, just in case we need to pop book twice. And let's go ahead and count up this quest. Okay. Let's go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1. 1, 2. 1. 1, 2. 1, 2. Now, actually, so that's 18. That should be fine. However, I am going to back off on Descendant. We're gonna leave 1. We're not gonna quest with Descendant just because there are treacheries that would have an enemy attack Nalier directly, and this loses us the game, so we can step in with Descendant. So we should be fine. Every time you call it book, I think of Hocus Pocus. Boo! Okay, so we're questing for 17, showing 3. The first player either removes 1 time counter from the current quest, or each enemy gets -20 engagement cost and +1 fight until the end of the round. Regardless, we'll just take it down. And then we place 3. We place 14 progress here, which is enough to win us the game. I like Eagles. Eagles are so much fun. Eagles are so much fun. There you go. Yeah, the quest seems fun. The quest is fun. um, it's great. I really enjoyed the Radagast Eagle stuff. That was fun. We got the W, and so now we get to open new cards. One thing that I like more than playing the game is opening new cards for the game. Am I allowed to say that? But cool. I'm gonna go to the be right back screen. I'm gonna clean up. We'll open these cards, and then we'll talk about what we do. Alrighty, see you soon.